How are we going, Year 10? Today we're changing topic. We're no longer looking at probability, but we're looking at factorization and quadratic equations is what this topic is. But to actually start this topic, we're actually starting slightly left of field. We're looking at algebraic fractions, okay? Later on, when we do some factorization, we'll be simplifying some algebraic fractions with that. So that's why we're starting here. So going to do a quick crash course. You would have done this before, but we need to remind ourselves of how to do this. It's always good to have good algebraic skills with maths. If you can do the algebra well, then a lot of topics are less intimidating when you get to them. So we need to remember our simple fractions kind of rules. Okay, when we're adding fractions, we need to make sure that we have a common denominator. Once we have a common denominator, we simply just add the numerators together and our denominator stays the same. So if I have 1/2 plus 1/3, what I need to do is I need to change both of these fractions so that they have a common denominator. And the common denominator is going to be the denominator that has all of the factors in common. So, for example, if I think about these denominators here, I've got 2 and 3. Okay, so the factors of 2 are 2 and 1. The factors of 3 are 3 and 1. I'm going to multiply this first fraction by whatever factor I'm missing from the second one. So I don't have a 3 as a factor, so I'm going to multiply this top and bottom by 3. But I don't have a 2 with the second one, so I'm going to multiply that by 2 and 2. And so what I'll end up with is 3 plus 2 over 6. Okay, I got my common denominator. I end up with 5/6. Okay, now if I have another example, let's say I've got 1/4 plus 1/6. Okay, I could rewrite this as 1, and then if I write it out in factorized form, okay, I haven't shown the ones because I guess they don't really add anything. But what I've done is written it in factorized form. What factorized form is just when you show everything as a as all of its factors multiplied together. And you can see here we've got 2 times 2, and then we've got 2 times 3. Now I don't need to multiply. They already have a common factor of 2. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. What I do need to is multiply top and bottom of each fraction by the factor that it's missing in the other one. So I can multiply that by 3, multiply by that by 3, and this one is missing one of the 2's, so I need to multiply that by 2, multiply that by 2. So what I end up with is 3 over 12 plus 2 over 12, okay, which gives us 5/12. Okay, we don't add the denominators, we just stay with 12ths. We've got 3/12, we've got 2/12, we add them together, we've got 5/12 in total. So that's a little run through of how adding works with fractions. And it also works the same with subtracting. So you've got to find that common denominator first before you subtract. With algebraic fractions, it works exactly the same way, except you can have a factor that is a pronumeral, say a, b, c, or x, y, z, okay? Those are just other numbers. They just act as normal factors. So for this first example here, okay, we have a common factor of a with both of them, so I don't need to multiply by that, fortunately, but I need to multiply top and bottom, sorry, by the missing factor. So we're going to have to multiply that by 5, and then we're going to have to multiply this by 3. So what we'll end up with is 10 over 15a plus 12 over 15a. And so in total, we have 22 over 15a. So we didn't have to worry about that algebraic factor there. We just simply find the common denominator and then add the fractions together. For part B, again, we've got a common factor of m. We just need to multiply by the missing factor, which is 3, and then this one is 4. So we end up with 15k over 12k. Sorry, k over 12m, and then minus 8k over 12m. That's definitely an m just there. Okay, and so we end up with 15k minus 8k, which gives us 7k over 12m as our final answer. Alrighty. Now, when we multiply fractions, we simply just multiply top with top and bottom with bottom. However, if we can simplify at the start, that makes things easier. So I can see here that I have a common factor of 9 between 18 and 9, so I can cancel those to get left with 1 and 2. And then I have a common factor of 5, so I can make that a 2, and I can make that a 5. So what I end up with is 2 times 2 to get the top number, which is 4. That's definitely a 4. And then the bottom is 1 times 5, which gives me 4/5. Okay, let's see if we can simplify. I've got can't simplify any of these fractions, so I simply do top with top, bottom, and then bottom with bottom. So I get 8mn over 15. For this one, we've got to treat this whole number as over 1. So that means I can cancel the 3 with the 9 on the bottom, and I'm left with 3 on the bottom. Remember, you can only cancel if you've got a common factor that's on the top and the bottom of the fraction. You can't cancel if it's both on the top. So all we need to do here is go y times 2z, which is 2yz, and then over 3, 1 times 3. Finally, here, got to look for common factors. 3 goes into 15 and 9. 4 goes into 8 and 4. And then I have a common factor of b on the top and bottom, so I can cancel out the b as well. So all I'm left with is 1 times 5 on the top, and then I've got 3 times 2a, which is going to give me 6a on the bottom. Okay, so we've simplified our two fractions that we're multiplying. Okay, final questions. When we're dividing fractions, we simply flip the second fraction, that is, make it the reciprocal by moving the bottom number to the top and the top number to the bottom of the fraction, and then make it a multiplying. Multipliers. So this one will become 5/8 times 4/3, and then I can cancel. So I'm left with 2 here and 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. For this one, it becomes 2a over 3. That's an a, not a 9. Times 7 over 6b. You can cancel the 2. And we end up with a times 7, which is 7a, and then 3 times 3, which is 9b. Okay, for this one, I've got 5 over 5m, and then times 3m over 10. I can cancel the m's. I can cancel common factor of, 2 with 4 and 10. And then I get 2 times 3, which is 6, and then 5 times 5, which is 25. And our m's cancelled. Finally, I've got 5pq over 8 times 2q over 3pr. I can cancel this p and that p. I can cancel the 2 with the 8, which becomes a 4. I can't cancel the q's because they're both on the top. So I end up with 5 times q, which is q squared. And then I end up with 4 times 3 times r, which becomes 12r. Okay, good luck with the questions today. Let me know if you got any questions, and I'll see you later.